Howdy folks, Kirk and Jason here with Kirk Giordano Plastering. Today I want to show you guys some alternatives to breaking out the foundation, because what we have to do, guys, with new stucco, we have to put a weep screed on. These are weep screeds. There are two different types of weep screed. It's a drip or a weep screed designed for new construction since 1985 or 80. Now, if you look at the design, these go around the perimeter on the mud-sill. Now this one here, is, we call it a 36, this is a 66, but they are designed to protect the mud-sill. The mud-sill is right here, and these generally go on below the mud-sill. However, if we try to put it on here, you see how that rocks. This one rocks. Okay, we can't do that. Now, in order to keep this cosmetically true, you see over there, you have no weep screed, and over here, there's no weep screed. So if I put a weep screed here and it's at a cockeyed angle, it looks ridiculous. So what I generally tell folks, and I say this for a reason, you could break out your stucco with, say, a chisel and try to break it out. Well, this fella tried that. The other side went through the concrete. Why? Because the mechanical bond was put on so well that you can't do that, nor can you take a hammer and chisel, and I got concrete chisels you put here, and just try to break it off. It won't work. It won't work because when they did the stucco foundation, they did the house immediately afterwards, which meant they hosed down or hydrated the foundation. Then they put the new stucco on it. That is a true mechanical bond. So a true mechanical bond means the stucco was brand new, the concrete was brand new, the foundation. The stucco was placed on it, and because the stucco was wet and the concrete or the foundation was hydrated, moist, wet with a garden hose, the two sucked up and they became one. So I've seen many guys where I come to do the job and I say, what happened to your foundation? The foundation all the way through. That thick of foundation, they broke it all the way through, trying to achieve something so that they could place a weep screed. Okay, here's an alternative, guys. You find an actual Z-flashing, and then you cover the Z-flashing up. So, say for example, the Z-flashing would go here. Now I have a whole bunch of these on the truck. I have one that's about the right width, but now this would look ridiculous. When they go to sell the house, people say, hey man, what the hell, what happened right here? Why is there this big lip? So we can't use this one here. However, you can do something like this. Now, say this weep screed, or this is for roofing. Now, you put this guy on here, and then once it's all stapled off, you could bend this down. I'll show you over here too. Get away from that loud compressor. Now, what I did was I cut all these weep screeds in half so I wouldn't to show you in great detail exactly what they do. So this right here, guys, is what we want. Say, for example, this will go right here. Now the weep or the mud-sill is protected. I'm putting a lot of staples to prove a point. Okay, now when I'm done here, I can take my hammer and just bend this. I could bend it down, and when I come to do the cement work after the inspection of the paper and wire, it's called a lath inspection, we just bend this down, and then I put a little bit of weldcrete, a bonding agent on it, and I stucco the whole thing. And yes, now the mud-sill is protected. We have to protect the mud-sill. So now it's protected with metal, and then it looks like the rest of the house. The whole house is done like this. There are rules and exceptions to everything. This is an exception to the rule where you don't have to destroy your whole foundation to try to prove a point and put a weep screed on it. Besides, if you did that anyway, you'd still have to cover it because it would look ridiculous. And so where cosmetics and codes blend in, it takes a little bit of common sense, and you watch these videos, what we do. We'll tell you the right way to do it and when to compromise the so-called code for a cosmetic. And you don't compromise it by destroying the longevity or the reality of what you're doing. You just keep up with the cosmetics of the house, so when later on people look at it, they don't say, man, what happened here? So anyway, this is just a short video of do not destroy your concrete foundation. And I have seen, guys, where sometimes it'll break right off. That never achieved a true mechanical bond. In this instant, we have a true mechanical bond because of the other sides. It was just blown all the way through. So guys, don't do that. Figure out a countermeasure. It's a counter flashing to a counter flashing. It's a simple thing. All right, guys. Now you see, that's what it looks like. When I come back to do the stucco, I'm just going to bury it. Here's a question for you guys who watch what we do. Now, for lathing, we always use a polyurethane sealant caulking. It fuses the paper to the frame or anything. The other day I was going through about a case of this Sikaflex, and I'm going to town, man. I'm going real fast, and I'm cutting them and putting them together, and the homeowner was watching me, and he says, I didn't know that every caulking gun has a poker, meaning this guy here. Every gun has this poker and a place to cut it, where you put the tip in here and you just squeeze it one time and it cuts it. This is how funny it was. Me, Jason, even my brother Lou, we started laughing. And he says, no, I'm serious. And I thought, no, you're not. Okay, for example, I got a question for you guys. How many of you did not know this? Because I thought everybody knew this. You put your caulking, well, this one is beat up, but you put it in the hole here. You squeeze it, that cuts it. And some of the cheaper guns have a little bitty piece right here. Now this little bitty piece, it's still a poker for the average tube, but it won't work for Sikaflex because the tube is too long. And a 16 penny won't work either. So what we use is, if I use this, then I've got to use 10 tubes. This is what your glove is going to look like. And you can't clean this off of the glove. It's just, you can't touch it. But what I'll do is I'll put a lot of caulking, use my finger, and just fuse it to it and just wipe it somewhere like that. The question is, how many of you guys didn't know that? Because Jay and I were talking about it, and I said, everybody knows that. And he says, you'll be surprised. Some of these guys who just get started, they don't know that. And I'm wondering how many don't know it. Anyway, that's what it looks like. It's going to be covered up. All's good, no harm to the foundation. They still achieve the same thing. My name is Kirk, Jason on the camera. We thank you guys for watching, and as usual, see you guys on the next one.
Hi everybody, we reached the end of another video, which means I get to do the fun part. I get to say thank you all for watching. If you like what we do, please like and subscribe so we can keep making content for you. And as always, if you're looking to purchase any of the tools or materials you see us use in these videos, you can usually find those at your local plastering yard. Or, if you'd like to help support us in the process, you can buy them from our website, our Amazon affiliate links, and we'll make a little dough in the process there. More importantly, I get to introduce all you fine folks to the newest member of the Giordano Plastering clan. This is my lovely baby Avery, and of course my beautiful partner Sarah. And as you can see, we've already picked out Avery's first trowel, so when they get a little older, they can come to the job site and learn from their dad, and my dad, the plaster master, just like I got to. As usual, we thank all you folks for watching, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye.